Japan is grappling with power shortages amid one of its worst ever heat waves. But as it eyes a restart of its nuclear plants to address surging energy demand, the attention is inevitably turned to Fukushima, where a nuclear meltdown occurred in 2011. Even till today, parts of the prefecture remains off limits. Michio Ishida was on a government-organized trip to Fukushima last month, where she finds out how regions worst hit by the triple disasters are still struggling to recover.
These school bags have been left untouched for the last 11 years. They remained where they were the very moment the children were rushed out when a magnitude 9 earthquake struck. It was March 11, 2011. Showing us around at this school in Futaba town is Muneshige Osumi, a town official who usually works remotely from another city.
農地も荒廃してるし、住宅も荒廃して、小動物、イノシシですね、にも入られて、家の中はもう大変な状況で、うちの家族もあまり行きたくないって。
Futaba is one of the last places in Fukushima that remains uninhabitable as a result of the 2011 nuclear accident. But the status is expected to gradually be lifted starting this year. I have been to Futaba before, but this was the first time I ventured into a residential area. There were many places we could only observe from the bus because decontamination had not been completed. Near the train station where decontamination is completed, construction work is ongoing to prepare to welcome back residents once the government gives the green light. But there are still big obstacles lying in the path, home for former residents. Mountains of toxic dirt have been collected since the cleanup process began. They have been packed into bags like these. Authorities have been tearing down homes of residents who agreed to give up their land to be used to store the contaminated soil.
最終的にはどんどん上がってきて、15メートルの高さまで積み上げたら、上にシートをかけて、そして上からさらに汚染されてない土を乗っけて一旦それで貯蔵を終えると。住民からすると納得いかないということで、住民の方々になんとか分かっていただきたいということと、さらにその後は実際に契約してほしいということで、対住民というのが、ものすごく大変だった時期。
Decontamination continues here in Futaba. Radiation level has to fall below 20 millisieverts a year in order for the government to declare it's safe for former residents to return home. And 5 years after that declaration, Futaba hopes that 2,000 people will live in this area. A nuclear disaster memorial museum opened in Futaba in 2020. Here, volunteers share the moments of the old Futaba and the tragedy that befell her. Former resident Isuke Takakura is one of them. But the 66-year-old said he doesn't see a place for himself in the new Futaba.
住まないとなぜというのはですね、私たちの地区はもう誰も帰ってくることはできません。それとやはりこうやって私はじめそうですけど、10年の上経てば先ほども言いましたように、その避難した場所、いた場所で大体生活圏構えて。
Michio Ishida, CNA, Fukushima.